Former Stamford police officer Vito Colucci says 1970 Stamford was nothing like the city it is today. He says the Stamford he worked in was consumed by organized crime and corruption. In his new book, Rogue Town, Colucci tells the story of how he went undercover to expose these wrongdoings.
There were so many corrupt people in the town at that time, in the town hall, as well as police department, fire department, and so on.
On Wednesday night, Colucci spoke about Rogue Town to an audience of more than 200 people at the Ferguson Library. Colucci says his own bosses were among the corrupted city officials he exposed.
These were vicious people. My lieutenant was very much in cahoots with an organized crime family. Okay, he was protecting major people in organized crime so they wouldn't get arrested, wouldn't be involved. My own sergeant wasn't running the whole narcotics thing where he made sure all the people that worked for him as drug dealers were not getting arrested.
When a new police chief took over the department and asked Colucci to go undercover, he says he accepted without hesitation.
Well, it was my job.
Although it was dangerous,
a few of us had death threats all through that era because the people in power didn't want it to end.
Colucci says going undercover was worth the justice it brought.
I really wanted to get evidence on my bosses because they were really doing bad things.
At the end of it, more than a dozen officials resigned or were fired. Police officers, city officials, and organized crime figures were convicted, and Anthony Dolan, a Stamford Advocate reporter at the time, won a Pulitzer Prize for his reporting on the city's corruption. After 9.5 years as a police officer, Colucci eventually went on to become a private detective.
It's just kind of took the oomph out of me, and I wanted to get on to something else.
In Stamford, Samantha McKelvey, It'sRelevant.com.